All right, so the First Descendant dev team just opened up about Descendant Samurai. We're talking about ultimate successors who do not wear helmets. This is a highly requested feature. And yes, a bunch of other cool stuff. Plus, we're going to go over community feedback. And yes, your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. Could end up right here in a future video. But let's get into this brand new interview with the character design team. This comes from the First Descendant alerts. It says this: ultimate successors all wear helmets. Is there a special reason for this? And the response is this: I tried to give it a sense of mystery, but users seem to like it when it's not worn. I think there will be an ultimate successor who doesn't wear a helmet in the future. So they're looking to add perhaps a new Descendant character that does not wear their helmet. However, I think the issue is that you guys want the option for all characters to be able to go into your headgear and just toggle that off, and also have more options, beyond just helmets. Of course, you have makeup for characters, and you guys want to be able to see that sort of thing. So I think that's what you're talking about. No response on that exactly, but it does look like they're in tune to the fact that you guys do want to see Descendants without helmets. It's just, it would be nice for them to comment more specifically on current existing Descendants. Now, also we have this right here. Are you also planning to have successors with concepts that don't fit the worldview, such as ninjas and samurai? And the response is this: the character concept team is in charge of expressing the plans they receive in an external form, so it's hard to give a definitive answer. I think it could easily appear in the world of First Descendant. So, samurai, ninjas, that sort of thing, looks like it could potentially happen. I think like a really cool katana blade could actually work. I still feel like it would fit somehow. Let me know if you guys agree with me or not on that. If you would like to see kind of like a samurai ninja theme for some of the Descendants in the future. But there's a lot of cool things they could do that and have like a really cool backstory for the Descendant to make it fit. I think it could work. Also, we have this right here. So far, the successor concept has been limited to the human race. Will successors of other races also appear? And the response is this: there's an internal need. There are opinions that it would be good to make Magister or Vulgus, who joined humanity, a playable character. When discussing with team members, many good ideas come out. However, there are many times when it doesn't work out from a technical standpoint or perspective. So that's definitely interesting there. Let me know if you guys want to see other races introduced into the Descendant character pool. I think it could be interesting for sure, but the most important thing to me is that no helmet option right now, because there's also like hairstyles in there as well beyond even just the makeup. So we have this: each successor has very detailed motions, including battles and emotional expressions. It seems like the production period would be long. How long does it take to produce one successor? I'm assuming they're also talking about Descendant here. It says it takes 3 weeks for the concept and about a month for modeling. The animation and effect work tend to take a long time. The concept has a set period. Other parts may change during production, such as skill changing, so the plan may change. So it may be shorter or longer than the expected period. In particular, characters like Jaber require turrets to be implemented, so the period required varies depending on the specifications. I could see that being somewhat complicated, doing the concept first, getting that nailed down, going into animation, and then suddenly saying, hey, you know what? We want to do a different skill. And then going back to the animation team saying, hey, you got to redo stuff. You got to give us new animations. I could see it being quite the process. But from what they built here, I really do like the Descendants. I feel like they are all very unique from one another. And I say take your time when creating new Descendants, because you got to make them unique. All right, so next up it says, please also introduce the new Void Interception boss, Gluttony. So Gluttony is a giant that uses ice-based attacks. Since users wanted a new form while the original plan was for Devourer, we tried to approach it differently in terms of shape. Unlike the existing giants, it has a modern and mechanical elements. It was designed to look bigger with shoulder parts, etc., and it also is equipped with a new weapon with a long barrel. You can think of it as a mechanical version of the Devourer. So yeah, that sounds actually really cool. It's cool to note that it is a kind of like an ice version of the bosses as well. But remember, there are going to be certain abilities and components for, of course, our new character Luna that will help out with Gluttony. So specifically, Luna seems like she is going to be geared up to take on Gluttony for sure. Now, they did wrap up, of course, thanking everyone, and also that they really want to get the background and story and personality really built up so you can feel the narrative of all the new Descendants that they do introduce. I'm paraphrasing that, But yeah, that is the gist of the interview right there. But let's get into some other news as well. Speaking of Luna, they did show off some new character art for Luna. As you can see, here's a more full picture of her in her alternate bathing suit costume outfit, which looks really, really cool there. And then, of course, we have this about Luna. Check out the new modification modules for our Luna and Ultimate Valby. So Luna's modification modules are, of course, Nimble Footsteps, which make Luna an even more efficient support Descendant with enhanced skill range and mobility. And then Noise Surge transforms Luna from a support Descendant to a powerful combat dealer. I really do like that they offer, both worlds for her. Now, Ultimate Valby's modifications modules is interesting. It says, modify Bubble Bullet into a projectile that flies in a straight line and attacks the impurities of Gluttony. Leap forward and deliver a powerful finishing blow with Hydro Pressure Bomb and the enemies around the landing area instead of plop, plop. So, yeah, sounds like that should be an improvement. I'm kind of curious to see how you guys respond to the differences in terms of gameplay with these modules. That is going to be interesting to see that discussion start up here when the new content drops here. Well, actually, wow, tomorrow. All right, so next up we have, give us the option to readjust the reactor stats similar to weapons. So it says this, farming the reactor's type, optimization conditions, and skill power boost ratio are fine, but the bottom stats being completely random adds another unnecessary layer of frustrating RNG. Allowing us to readjust the bottom stats similar to weapons would still keep the RNG aspect, but remove the frustrating part of having to farm for a whole new reactor just because you got a firepower boost on a frozen singularity reactor. This is a great point. 607 upvotes, and it looks like this is something you guys want introduced to the game. And a response here saying, I was surprised to find out we couldn't with reactors. That's exactly my thought. I just naturally thought this was going to be a feature. So yeah, again, a feature that should be planned in the future, at least in my opinion, for the dev team to look into and start, working on. But also, we have this right here. This should give you ammo once you complete it. That would be nice. Tons of people agreeing. 2,000 upvotes right here on this one. And there should definitely be an ammo resupply bot next to the reactor, and the boss should always drop a bunch of health, in my opinion. Yep, absolutely. 325 upvotes, reacting to that opinion right there. But overall, 2,000 people strongly want this to be a feature, at least like an ammo box refill station there. Also, yes, check it out. I am still of the opinion that killing 200,000 enemies is way too high for a season challenge. I also felt that 2,000 beam weapon kills was a bit much for a weekly. Sure, we had extra time to finish this one, but what if it was the last week's challenge? P.S. I play way too much, and I will more or likely make the challenge. Yeah, and it says 260 hours and 130k kills. I don't know who this challenge, is really aimed for. Yeah, it's a bit obsessive, and some people are like, hey, play bunny. It seems like it's geared towards people that are playing more bunny than anything else. Let me know if you guys are having a tough time with some of these challenges or not, because they may have to adjust these with the new seasons as we get further into the game. All right, so you guys know what time it is. It is time for your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. You could end up in a future video, so let's do this. All right, so let's get into the first top comment right here. It says this, the biggest issue is that doing a full operation gives you the same gold and XP completion reward as a 30-second mission. Make it make sense. I hate running in circles for gold XP. Make operations 500,000 gold minimum per run, please. A lot of people are in agreement about that one. Yeah, needs to be adjusted. Pretty hype title for a video about reading Reddit posts and a maintenance notice. I try. It says the true end game is playing Fungus and Fashion. Hell yes, getting all those, cool outfits and also the coloring with it. And it says, and they say Ajax does no damage, literally one-shots a full build Viessa. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to adjust this error or bug, but I'm sure it will be coming down the road. It says that ammo bot only fills normal rounds, never fills the heavy, makes no sense. That is so dumb, by the way. They need to, yeah. There's some minor things that do kind of like add up to end up feeling a little bit, a nuance as you get further into the game. All right, so here we go. It says this game needs 3 things right now, in my opinion. First, it's more challenging content. A lot of the hard fights are just DPS checks. Second, a more consistent way of getting catalysts and activators. Imagine farming that Ultimate Descendant for a month, only to spend another month just to unlock all the mod capacity you need. Third, build flexibility. The mod's costs are so high that a lot of weapons or Descendants are locked into one build. Quite annoying if you ask me. Yeah, I don't know why some things were designed the way they were. A lot of you guys want some adjustments based on Warframe. Again, this game is in its infancy. I do expect some significant changes once we get a year, 2 years down the road with this game. I don't know if they're going to be doing big overhauls or not, but it has worked out for other games. Even Diablo 4 had that big overhaul that was extremely popular. And, when you think of offline single-player games, Cyberpunk 2077. All right, so it says, I really don't know why we need negative effects on grappling mods. Why can't we have simpler grappling mods like gain +1 charge, gain +5 meters, decrease cooldown by X seconds, can grapple the air, or increase grappling speed, and that's it. No negative effects, just one positive effect. Yeah, and it encourages a certain type of playstyle as well. I love the grappling traversal in this game, and I'm all about it. I want to see stuff that kind of supports that and pushes it, instead of, kind of harms it, I suppose you would say. And next up, we have this one. Thing is, people is asking to make the game easier. For example, dropping more ammo, when ammo is a crucial part of Descendant kits like Glay or Enzo. Devs are trying to make and build their own solution to the issue. Isn't always simple, like augmenting drops. That makes the game easier. It becomes monotonous and boring that way. Having everything at reach gets rid of the psychological reward that is playing the game and becoming better at it. They need to design an endless game mode where it rewards player cooperation, knowledge, and progression. Some types of endless horde mode, or summoning colossi randomly with more HP and damage each time, where the reward is augmented each time. I love these ideas, especially the idea of being able to summon, these colossi, especially in the actual world maps, beyond these one tile type dungeon zones. I really do want to see these maps that you're seeing right here utilized, where maybe you're seeing a Colossus actually roaming through the world, and there's ways to summon that Colossi. That would be very cool. All right, so there it is, the latest happenings around the First Descendant. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more news and updates. I have you guys covered, and I will see you all next time. Take care.